Hello, everyone. It is I, Professor George. It is great to have you here today. Thank you so much for stopping by. We are going to be talking about the life cycle of Medusa, or you all know them as jellyfish. Yes! Who hates jellyfish? I went into the beach once and got stung twice. It's horrible. Well, let's talk about it. Let's begin. Enough about me. It's great to see you. All right. So, most people are only familiar with full-grown jellyfish. That is normal. But they're also translucent. You know what that means? That means you can see right through them. They are bell-like creatures that occasionally wash up on the sandy beaches. That's how I stung myself. The fact is, though, that jellyfish have complex life cycles, in which they go through no less than 6 different developmental stages. In the following, we will tell you these developmental stages. So, first, they start as eggs or sperm. Like most other animals, jellyfish reproduce, sexually. Meaning that adult jellyfish are either male or female and produce reproductive organs. They are called gonads. When jellyfish are ready to mate, the male releases, their seed through the mouth opening. That's weird. Located on the underside of its bell. In some jellyfish, these eggs are attached to brood pouches. On the other part of the female's arm surrounding the mouth, the eggs are fertilized when she swims through the male's, seed. So, imagine this. Male releases seed. Woman swims through seed, becomes pregnant. There you go. In other species, the female harbors the eggs inside of her pouch, and the male sperm swim into her stomach. The fertilized eggs later leave the stomach and attach themselves to the female's arms. First stage, Planula larvae. After the eggs of the female jellyfish are fertilized by the male sperm, they undergo the embryonic development, typical of all animals. They soon hatch, and free-swimming Planula larvae emerge from the female and set out on their own path. A planula is a tiny oval structure, the outer layer of which is lined with minute hairs called cilia, which helps them propel through the water. You know what cilia is? It's basically a bunch of hair around your body. Could you imagine having a bunch of hair around your body and that being used to swim around? That'd be amazing, because I have hairs all over my body. I wish they could help me swim. I only have, 4 limbs? I can use that to swim. I got 4 arms. You can't see it, but it's okay. The Planula larvae floats for a few days on the surface of the water. If it isn't eaten by predators, it soon drops down to settle on the ground and begins to develop a polyp. It becomes a polyp. So, let's talk about polyps and the developmental stages into a colony. So, after settling to the seafloor, the Planula larvae attaches itself to a hard surface and transforms into the polyp, also known as a scyphostoma, a cylindrical stalk-like structure. At the base of the polyp is a disc that adheres to the substrate, basically, a strong surface, and at its top of its mouth is an opening, surrounded by small tentacles. The polyp feeds by drawing food into its mouth. As it grows, it begins to bud new polyps from its trunk, forming polyp hydroid colonies in which the individual polyps are linked together by feeding tubes. When the polyps reach the appropriate size, they begin the next stage in jellyfish life cycle, the Ephyra and Medusa. So, first it becomes the Ephyra. All right. When the polyp hydroid colony is ready for the next stage in its development, the stalk portions of their polyps begin to develop horizontal grooves, a process known as strobilation. These grooves continue to deepen until the polyp resembles a stack of saucers, not flying saucers. No, not flying saucers. They're saucers that they detach from the top of the stalk. So imagine a tree, right? A tree. Let's think of a tree, a big tree, a coconut tree. I like coconuts. So, at the top of that tree, it starts to rip out from the top, and that becomes a whole new tree. Amazing, right? So, these grooves, like I said, continue to deepen until the polyp resembles a stack of saucers. The topmost grooves matures the fastest and eventually buds off as a tiny baby jellyfish, typically known as the Ephira, like I told you, characterized by its arms like protrusions rather than a full round belly. Bell. I apologize, Bell. The free-swimming Ephira grows in size and gradually turns into an adult jellyfish known as a Medusa. Not the Greek thing where she looks at you and you turn into, a rock. Such a smooth and translucent bell. Well, I hope you learned something new today. You have a great day. And this was Professor George. I'll see you on the next one. Be safe.